Success leaves a trail of breadcrumbs, but most people are too busy looking forward to notice the patterns behind them. I grew my revenue by stopping the blind hustle and starting a process of reverse engineering every win I saw in the market. You clicked because you want a predictable path to higher monthly income, moving away from guessing what works to deconstructing what is already printing money. We are shifting from being a spectator of wealth to becoming an architect of it. Where are you building your income from? Tell me below. Let's take the machine apart. Reverse engineering is the art of starting with the final result and working backward until you reach the first step. In 2026, the internet is an open-source library of success, yet most founders treat it like a mystery. If you see a competitor scaling to $50,000 a month, they aren't lucky. They have a system. Your first task in this roadmap is outcome deconstruction. You don't look at their vibe. You look at their mechanics. What is their lead source? What does their sales page look like? What is the specific price point that triggered the mass adoption? The second best strategy here is the reverse funnel audit. Most people try to build a business from the top down. They run ads, then build a page, then try to make a sale. Reverse engineering flips this. You start at the thank you page. What did the customer just buy? Then you move to the checkout. What was the order bump? Then the sales page. What was the hook? Finally, the ad. What was the targeting? By the time you reach the top of the funnel, you aren't guessing what people want. You have a blueprint of what they are already buying. Once you have the blueprint, you must identify the high leverage variable. In every business model, there is one part that does 80% of the heavy lifting. In a newsletter business, it's the landing page conversion rate. In a coaching business, it's the show-up rate of the discovery calls. In an e-commerce store, it's the average order value. When you reverse engineer, you stop trying to fix everything and start obsessing over the one variable that dictates the final paycheck. This shift moves you from a worker to a scientist. You are no longer emotionally attached to your ideas. You are attached to the data. You are the conductor of a logical, deconstructed orchestra. The goal is to find the minimum viable success path, the shortest line from $0 to $1. Focus is your greatest weapon. That decision to stop creating and start deconstructing would have been enough to save most failing agencies. But what happened next made everything before it look minor. She thought she was original until she saw the source code of the market. As you begin to master deconstruction, the tension moves to technical reverse engineering. This is where you look at the how behind the what. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building based on proven blueprints, hit that subscribe button. We're decoding the physics of money every single week. In 2026, we use stack auditing. If a service-based business is running flawlessly, I don't just admire it. I find out what they are using to power it. Are they using N8N for automation? Is their CRM HubSpot or a custom Notion build? By identifying the tech stack, you remove the magic from their success. You realize their efficiency isn't a superpower, it's a set of connected APIs. You can buy the same hammer and the same nails. The only thing left to build is the discipline. However, the real merch masala of reverse engineering is behavioral deconstruction. You must ask, what psychological trigger did this ad pull? Use the 5 whys on your own spending habits. Why did you click that link? Why did you trust that creator? Why did you enter your credit card info within 3 minutes of landing on the site? When you reverse engineer your own psychology as a consumer, you become a lethal producer. You start writing emails that you would actually open and building products that you would actually buy. This leads to the competitor shadowing phase. I don't copy my competitors. I shadow their evolution. If they changed their pricing from a one-time fee to a retainer, why? If they stopped running a specific ad after 3 months, did it fail or did they find something better? You are monitoring the intent signals of the market leaders. You are the architect of a high-speed, digital engine that is built on the ruins of everyone else's mistakes. The goal here is time-to-value compression. If it took a competitor 3 years to find their winning offer, you want to use reverse engineering to find it in 3 weeks. You are bypassing the exploration phase of business and jumping straight into the execution phase. Focus is your greatest weapon. That decision to look backward before moving forward would have been enough to save most failing ops teams. But what happened next made everything before it look minor. He thought he was just a follower. He had no idea the market was already putting a leadership gap in motion. This is the peak of the strategy, the innovation gap. This is the highest informational value I can give you. Reverse engineering isn't about cloning. It's about finding what is missing from the current success. The climax of your revenue happens when you take a winning model, take it apart, and find the structural weakness. Maybe the competitor has a great product but terrible support. Maybe they have a great funnel but a high churn rate. You reverse engineer their entire customer journey until you find the point where the customer feels neglected. That knowledge gap is where your new business lives. You build the same winning machine, but you add the part they forgot. The secret to winning at this level is systemic arbitrage. You take a successful model from one industry, like subscription boxes, and reverse engineer it into a completely different industry, like AI automation for plumbers. You aren't inventing a new way to make money. You are moving a proven machine into a new territory. You hijack the trust factor of a known business model and apply it where it's never been seen. This is the climax because it moves you from a copycat to a category king. The reality of making more money is that deconstruction and adaptation are 80% of the success. You are now a founder, not just a dreamer. The moment you see your modified machine outperforming the original is the moment you realize you've mastered the game. It proves you have created a flow that has value because it's a better version of a proven truth. But there is a silent trap waiting at the end of this success. Everything I just showed you is useless unless you also understand this one thing. Most people stop at the what and never understand the why. That decision to be shallow would have been enough to destroy most companies. But what happened next made everything before it look minor. We have traveled from outcome deconstruction to stack auditing and systemic arbitrage. The resolution here is understanding that nothing is truly original. Every new success is just a better engineered version of a previous success. My own jump in monthly revenue didn't happen because I had a light bulb moment. It happened because I spent 48 hours taking apart the sales funnel of a creator I admired. I realized their magic was just 3 well-timed emails and a specific pricing anchor. I implemented a version of that, and my revenue doubled in 30 days. You now have the roadmap. You know how to use the reverse funnel audit to find the blueprint. You know how to use the 5 whys to deconstruct the psychology. You know how to find the innovation gap to beat the original. The passive part of your wealth only comes after the very active work of studying the masters. Bring your expectations down to earth. Focus on deconstructing just one winning offer this week so your progress can actually take flight. But there is one thing I did not mention at the start of this video regarding the ethical boundary. Reverse engineering is a tool for understanding logic, not for stealing creative assets. If you copy someone's exact words, images, or branding, you aren't reverse engineering, you're plagiarizing. This will lead to legal disasters and a destroyed reputation. The goal is to steal the engine, not the paint job. You want to understand the under-the-hood mechanics so you can build your own high-performance vehicle. Navigating the transition from fan to engineer is the hardest part of the financial journey. It requires you to stop being wowed by success and start being curious about the math behind it. If you can master these deconstruction steps, you won't just have a paycheck. You'll have the ability to generate one in any market. You have the framework and the logic. Now you just need the discipline to audit your favorite business today. Everything I just showed you is a waste of time unless you take the machine apart right now. The roadmap to reverse engineering your wealth is yours, but you will fail if you don't know how to price your new machine. Watch this video next. It shows you the exact pricing strategy used by the top 1% to scale past 6 figures. Click it now and I'll see you there. I break down real systems that increase income every month, but the full guide is in bio.